Joining me now, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Great to have you on the program. Can we just start with where the facts are here? So an impeachment inquiry is not the same thing as impeachment proceedings. Is there a little slip of hand here and how it's being put forth politically by Democrats?
Look, they want to have impeachment without saying the word. Remember Nadler. He is now chairman of Judiciary Committee. When he ran for that position, he gets elected by the Democratic Conference. You know what he said his #1 qualification for becoming chairman is that he would be the best during impeachment. This is something they wanted to do on the night of the election in 2016. And what else is driving this is the Democratic Party itself. They are in a spiral. The socialist Democrats have taken over. You watched last night, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. They want to take away your freedoms but want to have a free-for-all at the border. Before we left Washington, you watched the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, surrender to the socialist AOC. And then, just this week, we've watched internally the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee has just fired all their top staff. They are in a spiral downward because it's an internal battle. And the other reason why there's more impeachments coming forward, because the Justice Democrats, the Socialist Democrats, are primarying all the other Democrats. They are taking this party over, and they are winning.
You know, we'll get to the DCCC if we have time today and the firing there, because that's the fundraising arm. And it's interesting oppositionally how the RNC and others in your party have been able to raise some serious cash. Let's hold that for a second. If Democrats get the 4 votes in the caucus, what happens? What changes?
Well, they have to make a decision where they move forward. They have to move it out of committee, and then they got to take it to the floor. They've got to get 218 votes on the floor to pass it out to go to the Senate. If it moves to the Senate has to take it up. But they will reject it right away because there is no basis for it. What's interesting is the only people craving impeachment are the Democrats in Congress. You look across the country, nobody's talking about it because they've read the report. Yeah. Anybody who watched Mueller's testimony would want this thing ended. It's been 3 years, but it's this dislike of the President Trump so much is that they can't control themselves. They are emotionally acting instead of acting on facts.
It's interesting what you're saying, too, because you hear Chuck Schumer on the Senate side saying, no, I support Nancy in holding this off. President Trump declared that the witch hunt is over after a judge tossed out a DNC lawsuit alleging that the Trump campaign conspired with the Russians to steal emails during the 2016 election. We reported the news just moments ago. What's your reaction to this?
Well, it should be over. Remember, the Democrats have now had 200 days in power. We've got a crisis at the border they've done nothing about. We've got a trade agreement with Mexico and Canada that'll only make us stronger. You read the Wall Street Journal today where 99% all got an improvement because of that tax bill. Your wages are rising, where people are saving more. This is based upon Republican policies, but the Democrats have achieved nothing. And what's interesting is not Republicans and independents saying it today. It is now AOC's chief of staff even tweeted this month questioning what has the Democrats have been able to achieve. They can't name one thing they have solved in their first 200 days because all they turn to is what they've always wanted to do is try to impeach the president, when the real answer should be who created this witch hunt, and let's get to the bottom of it.
Well, and that intra-party confusion or whatever it is, divide among Democrats, of course, politically helps across the aisle, and it certainly hurts their 2020 Democratic candidates for president because nobody talks about that. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, great to see you today. Thank you for helping me break it down.